Hello there, all you cool gamers out there, and welcome back to the Cool Cat Gangs channel here with the SMO Any Pro League. My name is Anime Arcade, and I'm here with my co-commentator, Nurse Allison Rose.
Oh,
Nurse Allison, how are you doing today?
I am doing moderate. So,
That's fair.
but I am excited for some SMO gaming. It's been a hot minute since I've been able to, commentate a match, and I am excited to see some excellent strategies from both of these runners.
It's definitely been a while for sure, and it's nice to be in the booth with you again. I do recall our last time was also some more SMO action, so it's very exciting to be here with everybody. Now,
Yep,
today's oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm excited to get back into this and see what these runners can pull off.
It's gonna be a wonderful time. Today's match is gonna be a BusterDoggy versus HawtBoi, and as you can see, those personal bests, well, actually, they
Are
look to be
not
the exact
correct.
same. So I don't think they're quite updated yet, but both
I
of these
think
runners.
that if memory stands me correctly, that's Buster's PB on both of them.
Nice. They're just such incredibly high synced gamers, you know? But with that
Wait, I
being said,
matched. Wait, I got 57.
let's go!
Whoa, let's
Wait, let's
go. New
go.
57.
But regardless of that being said, you can definitely expect some serious Pro Odyssey action here. We do have both runners in the chat right now. Buster, how are you feeling today?
Um, I think I think I'll do fine. I got a pace yesterday, so I have high hope for this race, honestly. So
Heck yeah, you love to see it. You love to see coming in with the confidence. And we do indeed have HawtBoi as well. HawtBoi, how are you doing today?
I'm just super fantastic, super ready for this race. Hopefully, he dies on ICC like 10 times and then I win.
Yeah, you never know.
I've
I have
Crazier
heard that
things have happened.
that is
I have
true.
seen crazier things.
That is true. There has been some incredible things happening pretty recently. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Um, yeah, I heard that a lot more runners are going for the ICC clip more and more in runs. So it's very possible that we're definitely going to see
Well,
some of that stuff
Buster did
popping
say
up
he
in
was gonna
races.
attempt it, so
yep.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. If both runners are already in the race time, can go ahead, I think, and ready up, and then we'll
Alright.
be able to start from there.
good luck
Good
to you
luck,
both. We'll
Buster.
be cheering you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, now, as you can see, both runners here are on the date and time screen. They're going to be working with a thing called DSTA, which stands for Daylight Savings Times Abuse. And the reason that that works is when we get to sand, we plant a seed in the pot. So that way, when we're in the tube, the timer automatically goes forward due to daylight savings times, and you don't have to wait for the animation of the seed to grow.
Yes, that's correct. The pot, specifically being in Sand Kingdom, each runners will have a slightly different offset, based on their average run time to get to that pot in sand. If you are too fast or too slow, it will not work, and you have to manually reset your clock. So that's why things can be a little asynchronous in the beginning, just because runners have a little bit of different offset in Super Mario Odyssey.
That is true. The offset definitely varies from runners to runners. I know when I'm running minimum captures, I try to have my offset at about 9 minutes because honestly, I'm not as consistent as I could be. And then when I do any percent, I think it's at like 7 minutes, give or
Most
take.
runners have it on 7 minutes, but their seconds can vary depending on what route they're doing in sand as well, if they're doing reverse town or the traditional sand route.
True, true. As you're gonna
All
see,
right, coming
Cap
into Cap
Kingdom.
Kingdom here.
Cap Kingdom is it's almost, and I say almost because there is still a little bit of looking at it, but it's almost like an auto scroller to the sense that like there's really not too much that you're gonna see here. It's all like pretty, you might see some cleaner lines from Run Runner over the other one, but once you get into the frog room, it's a lot of just like frog vectoring, which is really interesting when you think about it.
Yeah, runners at this level, however, have absolutely mastered this type of vectoring movement. If you were to ask your mom to pick up a controller and try to vector for these frogs like one of these runners, she couldn't do it. But the amount of time these runners have spent in the game, Kingdom like Cap in an any percent run is just very routine, not much to write home about.
We're going to see a successful left side from both runners here. It's very nice. Not going to be losing any time to a rogue bonk on the side of the building. It's very nice.
Yeah, the
Honestly,
average runner at this level is just gonna be speeding through Cap around 2 minutes and 15-ish seconds. And gonna be heading on to Cascade.
I really enjoy Cascade. I do have to say, spoilers for movies, even though it's been out for a bit, it was very lovely seeing the Cascade theme popping up into the movie. It was quite
Oh dear.
lovely.
Seems like we have an issue with Buster's stream. Oh, okay, we're back. So, in Cascade, there's basically two schools of thought you can go through. You can do a DSS route, which is the harder level. Both of these runners would definitely be doing it in PB attempts. However, in a race, DSS is generally considered risky, and more runners tend to go the more traditional and easier Dino Skip route.
Yeah, I remember back in the last Pro League that we had for SMO, the world record, Tyrone, world record holder Tyrone, wouldn't even go for DSS. He just took the normal route because he's like, I don't need it. But also, yeah, it is very risky. I cannot count the amount of runs that have had to be reset because of DSS.
Oh yeah, I couldn't either. Most runners will not consider a run to even exist or even have a frame of thought before they're past DSS.
I am going to go back and chat a little bit. Troy, talking about ICC clip and how it has clip in the name already and how that's like saying ATM machine. Yeah. I can see that, but also everybody says ATM machine anyway, so I think I'm fine.
But we have had a really exciting time recently in the SMO community. We've had a lot of runners playing, a lot of top level runners getting top level runs. Tyrone, we have Lucid's back, he's PBing, Mitch is actively running. We have Buster, who's at the top of his game. Jambo and Zach in the Box recently got a 2-player world record. There's been a lot of top runs happening very, very recently.
That is true. And also there's even been stuff happening in the top level in the 2-player world. Gorgonim, 04 Dude, and then also the current world record holder Zach
in the
and
Box
Jambo.
and Jambo. They recently popped off and got a world record. They've been doing excellent gaming together.
I love seeing all these people popping off. It's so cool. It's so great to see.
It is so hard, especially in a game with such a high skill level, to have two runners that are close enough in proximity to be able to grind out times together, you know. So the fact that Jambo and Zach in the Box are at the same university gives them close proximity to be able to really put those times in and get that high level record, which they've been doing excellent.
Not to mention the amount of coordination that you need for 2-player. It's really nuts. Now, I'm not gonna bypass these things really quick. BusterDoggy gonna be coming out of Cascade quite a bit ahead of HawtBoi here. If you guys noticed, he actually did chest clip, grabbing that last moon in the chest and clipping through to get right back up to the globe, saving quite a bit of time. Well, a couple of seconds over HawtBoi there.
Yeah, the chest clip is generally something runners will attempt. Don't always get it, but how that clip is something that's been happening basically SMO's entire speedrunning time. you look back at world records from 2018, you'll see chest clip there. So it's definitely not a new strategy. However, something we'll probably see coming up here in Sand, one of the newest additions to the Any % route would be the platform clip here in Sand. It is one of the most
press.
Yeah, it is one of the most recent additions to the SMO Any % route, causing time save, and I'm expecting to see it here from these runners.
Listen, I'm running on not quite as much sleep as I would normally be doing. Patience.
Alright, you see that HawtBoi just got, that is the one for DSTA.
Both runners running through Sand here very nicely. BusterDoggy, great movement up to the bird moon there.
That Hayano bird movement that BusterDoggy just did is actually a lot harder than you'd expect it to be. You have to do a couple of stalls in the air, and if you miss any of those inputs, you might as well just call it quits.
Yeah, coming from the perspective of a two-player runner, where you definitely have a lot more freedom with stalling in the air, seeing the stalls in one player is pretty fantastic because it's so much harder in one player.
Absolutely. They are doing a little bit of different routes here. BusterDoggy did a reverse town where HawtBoi did a more standard.
And as you can
Can they
see,
hear us?
HawtBoi going for reverse Jaxie there. BusterDoggy was also able to nab that. Very nice, very nice.
Enemy?
Hmm?
I think, yeah, there was a crash. I don't know if they can hear us or not.
Talking once Saren popped in.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. I don't know. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. We're
back?
Baby.
Okay. All right. So take a look at BusterDoggy. This is the clip I was talking about here. This is the newest platform clip, and we're probably going to see HawtBoi attacking it here.
The platform clip is actually really fascinating to know or to look at because it has changed the route for Sand. And like it's definitely made a difference because as you've seen, more and more of the top runners are just going for it because, hey, time save.
100%. And if you get your setup well, it's definitely not that difficult in comparison to other tips and tricks that are in the run. Not that it's not hard, but there is much harder strategies out there.
Right, no, I got you.
All right, looks like a 9:59 exit from Sand for BusterDoggy. Anytime you're exiting Sand sub 10, it is a great run, especially without DSS. Not doing DSS is going to lose both of them 7 seconds off the bat, full stop.
All right, we're going to be hopping into Lake Kingdom. This is going to be your first reminder of the day. If you haven't gotten one already, make sure you guys are staying hydrated. It's very important to be drinking water.
That is absolutely right, and my screen name is not just Nurse Allison Rose for funsies. I am a nurse in real life, and I absolutely agree with that. Ooh, triple jump.
Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
Beautiful.
Let's
nice
go.
Job.
That triple jump lake clip is very difficult. It's only a couple of frames. Ooh, HawtBoi's attempting it as well. I don't think that's
Looking-
gonna work.
Oh, unfortunate. Did in fact clip back in. We'll go for the standard late clip route. Looks good from here. Doggy gonna be saving a little more
I don't know if
time.
HawtBoi hit the flag.
I think he did. I think I saw him hit it, but I don't. He missed the chest entirely for sure.
Okay. You can recover from missing the chest. I was second there. I was like, I don't know if he hit the flag, and if you don't hit the flag, then you can't
Then-
do the trick.
It's quite the long swim back, or you just have to warp yourself back to the Odyssey, take the time loss.
Or you can go for Rango.
True, very true. Now, something that's really interesting, you definitely see it a lot at the top level with runners who are playing with Joy-Cons. You're going to be seeing a lot of down throws. That is exclusive to Joy-Con only. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is I just recently got a new controller that's registered as Joy-Cons.
Oh.
And now I have this power that I don't know what to do with because I've never ran with down throws in my life.
BusterDoggy is one of those Joy-Con players. He is probably the highest level player that plays on Joy-Cons. A lot of top runners don't like them, but there are a couple that use Joy-Cons, and BusterDoggy is one of them, and you will definitely see him sprinkle down throws in throughout his run. That's very common to see from him.
Yeah, it's not just swaggy. There are actual moments where it saves time, too.
That's true. There is definitely times where doing a down throw can save you time. The more time that you can save with down throws would be in other categories, mostly ones that involve purple coins.
Which, funny enough, you can see on HawtBoi's icon there, an APC hat on that Squidward. There's a reason
Exactly.
for that. All right, and we've got both runners here in the Wooded Kingdom. BusterDoggy already threw the first set of moons. Gonna hop on over to this merchant here. Now,
Wooded is definitely the kingdom where a run can be made or breaked. In the early game, Wooded is where things either fall apart or they can combine into an actual run. Well, I guess
Yeah,
we'll see what happens here.
Wooded Wooded Kingdom is definitely a pretty trick-heavy kingdom. All right, we got
However,
BusterDoggy
if you're
now.
looking into speedrunning SMO yourself and coming into it, do not feel intimidated by what these runners are doing. You can get a great time with doing very little trick. It is
Absolutely.
very accessible.
You know what they say? Trick saves seconds, movement saves minutes.
That is
You see-
absolutely correct.
BusterDoggy so far going to be having a successful nut clip with the out of bounds movement. Beautiful, as well as he heads up the ramp here.
Very solid run so far for Buster. No DSS, obviously, so he's lost that 7 seconds. However, he is just sprinkling on through the run, and solid playthrough so far. HawtBoi just got his nut clip as well.
I wish nut clip was a little easier in 2-player. Just a little bit. It would make my run so much better.
I am not as expertise. I don't have as much expertise in the 2-player realm. So you might have to enlighten me a little bit on that over the course of time if need be. I'm definitely more knowledgeable in terms of 1-player strategies.
Oh, really great movement there from BusterDoggy for the nut around the corner. The thing with throwing with 2-player is that, like, in single player, there's kind of a little bit of like a delay between when you push the button and when Cappy actually goes out. So you can actually kind of like store or buffer an input. Whereas a lot of the times in 2-player, you can't actually buffer some of those inputs. So it basically makes a nut clip frame perfect, if I remember correctly, in 2-player. It's just a lot harder to get the hang of. Like, I can consistently get nut clip in 1-player, But when I try to do it in 2-player, it is an absolute gamble.
Okay. Alright, well, they've both had a solid wooded so far. BusterDoggy is going to be finishing out his wooded here. He's just heading around to that alcove for that nut. But they've both been playing about as well as you could expect so far. I am very impressed with what I've seen so far. It's been a while since I've commentated a run, and you know, BusterDoggy especially getting the triple jump leg clip, I'm excited, you know, to see what can happen. There is also a clip in this wooded blood pipes that you can do. I don't think BusterDoggy tried it, but I've seen it recently.
I like getting that clip. I like getting the clip in this room. It's really fun. It's really silly. It only saves you like it saves you a few seconds, but you just literally avoid all the fuzzies, and it's the nicest thing. It's a triple jump clip in 1-player. In 2-player, it's you just have to like bounce with Cappy and then throw back against the wall in very rapid succession, if I remember the inputs correctly.
Yep, I know in 1-player it's a triple jump clip. Buster didn't try it, and doesn't look like HawtBoi did either. I wasn't really expecting it, but you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, I'm excited to see what kind of tricks these runners are going to try.
Yeah, there's definitely been like an increase in more of the harder tricks recently, which is pretty epic because that's going to make a lot of the races and PB attempts that people are doing a little more exciting.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of people's PB attempts recently. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of high-level runners that are actively running right now. So, you know, you log on and you just search up Super Mario Odyssey, and I guarantee you will find a high-level runner trying for PB attempts.
I do gotta say, it's pretty nice that this game is still popular in the speedrunning community, because like genuinely, it's a lot of fun to speedrun. It's very satisfying move.
Absolutely, this is a very smooth game. It is the newest full 3D Mario game that's on the market, and the movement is very dynamic, allowing for a lot of tricks and just excellent movement that we're seeing from both runners here.
And it's really easy to get into.
Absolutely, yes. Most people, without almost any tricks, could get a 110. Just without following a guide like one made by Tomshi, you'd be able to get a 110. Anyone could.
All right,
SMO will be popular forever.
It's very possible. It's very possible. BusterDoggy already on his first. We don't need to say first. Through his attempt on Lost here, looking pretty clean so far. Very nice get with the butterfly moon. And HawtBoi now just finishing up Cloud Kingdom. I don't think I saw too many mistakes from either runner, so that's always good.
Me neither. I really do not have much to criticize from either of them.
They are schmoving and grooving through the game. As you can see, we're just now hitting the 20-minute mark, and both runners already almost on their way to Metro. Like, I feel like if we were to say any part in the game could be considered like a halfway point, it's definitely Metro.
Yeah, you could say that. Mm-hmm. All right, reverse trapedal from Buster there, and I'm probably going to do a triple jump here, the cage triple. Very clean. There's a very funny...
Whoa, HawtBoi, whoa. I'm gonna need you to chill out. Do not fall. Oh my gosh, please. Please do not fall. That was a close call. I happened to look over and see HawtBoi take a little bit of a dive over the side of one of the rotating platforms. Jeezums.
Did he drop an input, you think?
That'd be my guess. That is one unfortunate thing about the Joy-Cons. Every now and then, some inputs will be dropped. It's a little,
Well,
it's a
not
little
just
frustrating.
Joy-Cons. It happens on Pro-Cons too.
Does it? Oh, that sucks.
Yes, it happens on any controller. Absolutely.
Rest in pepperoni. That is unfortunate.
It is a very common meme of SMO runners complaining about their dropped inputs. That's just something that happens.
All right, HawtBoi gonna get out of Lost here. Just that really just looked like that one minor mistake. Again, thankfully it did not cost him his life or Lost Kingdom, and he's gonna be heading on to Night Metros. BusterDoggy gonna be heading up this building here. Oh, I just remembered. I am still waiting. I am still waiting for Tower Skip to become run viable. I want it so bad.
I think that's gonna be a while.
Ah, the tower is just, it sucks, dude. Sometimes it's just not my friend.
You've never seen a Super Mario Odyssey speedrunner complain about their controller dropping an input? Well,
I think that sounds.
I think you must be blind then.
No, that sounds like standard Saren. This sounds like standard Saren chatter.
Yeah, if you've never seen that, you've either never watched a Super Mario Odyssey speedrunner or you're blind. That's just... BP, please do not. Do not continue this.
As you saw there, BusterDoggy having a little bit of trouble climbing the tower there. It's really strange. At certain parts in this tower, Mario's movement gets locked. And you saw that happen with Buster a little lower as he barely managed to save himself from falling too low. HawtBoi, it looks a little low. Okay, able to make, oh, took a little bonk, but was able to make it across. Not gonna have to climb up the scaffolding there.
A little spaghetti there from HawtBoi, but he managed to avoid any major time loss. Alright, Buster is in the Mecha Wiggler fights here. A lot of different patterns you could get here on this second round.
Horrible boss. Terrible boss. I love being able to skip this boss in my category, but ugh.
Yep, it is definitely not well liked by SMO runners. The hitboxes are not favorable, and most runners do not like this boss.
I know a lot of people are just like, why aren't you using motion controls to aim? It makes it easier. It doesn't for me. Not for me. My aim is terrible. If I'm going to add in motion controls, my aim will be even worse. But we're going to see a nice 2-cycle here from BusterDoggy. Always love to see that. You never want to have to see a 3-cycle Mecha Wiggler like we did the other day.
Buster did not get the greatest pattern. His shooting was a little bit off. You saw he did have to go back for 2 individual segments there, which lost him a little bit of time. Nothing detrimental, but probably not how he would have wanted it. Alright, we'll see what HawtBoi does here with his Mecha Wiggler. Maybe he gets a better pattern. We'll see. It was a little bit of a better pattern.
A little bit of a better pattern. But, oh man. Those singles are where the terrible hitboxes come into play. A lot of the hitboxes overlap for some reason. So when you have just one left, it's incredibly easy to hit one of the hitboxes of the other ones that you've already hit. Oh, a beautiful drive-by clip there from Buster. Gorgeous.
You love to see that. I love watching runners face cams when they do that. There is a Super Mario Odyssey speedrunner. Well, he hasn't not run in a while, but Valu111. He's a popular SMO and speedrunner across many different categories, and he said for Scoot Clips, he actually puts his controller over his head.
That's amazing. I love it. I love that. Oh, Buster taking a bonk on one of the crates there. A little unfortunate, but not the worst thing in the world. I know when I try to do a scoot clip, I think I tilt the controller like so far. You know that meme or like the things that you see with like gamers who have their controller and they're just like, you know, tilted and like super focused on the game. That's basically what I look like when I'm trying to scoot clip.
Oh, you see a lot of crazy positions from a lot of different runners, and I love it. Honestly, I do.
Beautiful.
Most
It's a beautiful
runners
thing.
think motion controls are the vein of their existence.
It's so important in this game. That's the funny
It
thing.
is. Yeah, but they hate it, you know. HawtBoi having a bench friends moment. Bench friends, the most wholesome moon in the game, in my opinion.
I agree. I very much agree. That fellow is just sitting there, and then Mario comes to take a seat, and it sounds, you know, he's just so happy that you sat down next to him.
Yeah, he just wants a friend, you know. Big city life can be very lonely.
Mm-hmm. I do like BusterDoggy's down throw cancels. They just look so fun.
I just want to mention in this interim, if you want to subscribe to the Cool Cat Gangs YouTube channel, this is absolutely a great time to do that.
100%. You can subscribe to the channel here. It is completely for free now that we're on YouTube. And you can even like the stream as well. That will definitely help us out, I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how analytics work on this thing.
You can also type in the chat SMO League, !SMO League. You'll get a couple of different links that provide you some information on the league, stat sheets, and all that jazz if you're a person that likes stats.
Stats are fun. Big agree. And you can even donate to the SMO League as BusterDoggy here, taking a very large bonk. Not one that you're going to want to see. Still able to get to the moon in time, but ooh, unfortunate. But yeah, you can donate to, oh my gosh, People's Room has been absolutely not nice to BusterDoggy. Yeah,
not a fan.
Unfortunate. That will
he
be
is still
his
solidly
last moon,
ahead
at
of
least.
HawtBoi, though. Yeah, that's probably the most spaghetti we've seen out of BusterDoggy in this run so far.
100%. Buster has been like mostly clean throughout the entire run. But you know, sometimes that spaghetti do happen.
It does, and in the People's Room especially, there's some strategies where you can, you know, drop an input, or, you know, it could be a skill issue, you know?
True. You never know. It definitely is a skill issue for me. I don't know. I don't know if y'all remember the SMO Open, but oh boy, my Luncheon Kingdom. I don't run one player very often. I forgot how to do it. I'm not gonna lie. It was very interesting.
I think I do remember that. Yeah. All right, we're coming into snow here. We're gonna say hi to our friend Captain Toad.
I will be judging them. I will be judging them on how much snow they leave. Thankfully, Buster leaves a little bit of snow, so he does have a little bit of protection from the cold. I do think that's a really interesting thing about this moon, is there's a blizzard outside. It's absolutely freezing cold. All of that snow is put up so Captain Toad doesn't freeze to death. And here comes good old Mario. Whoosh! Just taking that snow away and exposing Captain Toad to the cold, harsh elements.
Yes, Captain Toad just can take an absolute beating from some of these kingdoms. He can get stuck in the middle of like Pepto-Bismol and like other lava. Poor guy. I feel bad for him.
HawtBoi leaving even more snow for Captain Toad to keep him sheltered. You'd love to see it. We're gonna have a nice shop moon there from BusterDoggy. Really interesting that shop moon, if I remember correctly, you can talk to the guys behind the counter from so far away. And it's
you
really
are remembering correctly. You can socially distance in the snow shop. You can be basically at the door and still talk to them.
No, they're not too shy about raising their voices. BusterDoggy gonna be getting a nice clip there and hopping on in to the Blowy Joey room. Beautiful triple jump boost. Absolutely beautiful.
HawtBoi attempting that same clip here. Not gonna get it, but that is not a big time loss. No big deal.
Very nice spiny manip there from BusterDoggy, being mid-dive as the moon spawns. Very, very nice.
I should mention too, if you were looking at the statistics sheet, you can actually see a live comparison for both of these runners, and you can see their difference between each other. Leaving J Metro, there was a 44-second difference between the runners, with BusterDoggy being ahead.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I actually forgot to open the stat sheet. Rest in pepperoni.
Wow, terrible comms.
I know, I usually have it open. I usually do. I guess it's just been so long. Gosh hecky.
Yeah, you get rusty.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so coming up here would be for Buster, the icicle corner clip he said he was going to attempt. Let's see if he can get it. This is the setup here.
Setup. Bounce off the Goomba real quick.
Ooh,
not quite.
it's close.
Still going.
It is pretty precise there. As you can see, Buster tried to flip through the wall there. Yay! Fourth time's the charm. GG, Buster. That is a difficult clip for sure.
So Buster will unfortunately be losing some time to that, but as you can see, he is already ready to perform the snow dram, and it will nail it beautifully.
Easy peasy snow dram. Absolutely no issue there from Buster. Nice roll cancel bounce off the top into the globe. Perfect movement.
Now, as you'll notice, there is this minor difference in the route here. You actually saw HawtBoi do the shop last. I don't remember if one way or the other is actually faster. I'll be honest. But
I think it depends on which route you're attempting. I think because BusterDoggy was doing a route with the icicle corner clip, that's why he was doing a little bit of a different time.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
HawtBoi also got his snow dram first try, no problem, as we head in to our next kingdom.
Now, this is another kingdom where on my splits, I just want to remind you guys that you should be hydrating out there, getting some water in your system. It's very important to hydrate and not be a dehydrated gamer. It does not do you any good to not be drinking that water.
Yep, in Seaside, there is, you know, that big glass of water right in the center that Mollusk loves to drink from. That is an
it's even like
reminder.
sparkling.
It is yep, it's sparkling.
Beautiful movement in the cave there for BusterDoggy. Gonna be grabbing
that was
that
very hot
move.
movement, not gonna lie.
Now, losing sub 110 one player when I feel like it, I suppose. I don't know. I prefer two player.
You're a feats player?
I am indeed. My 2p any percent is 2 minutes over my one player because of how very little I practice it. There we go. BusterDoggy gonna be getting the chest clip there. Fish and dips, Wilco clip, whatever you want to call it, but also don't. You probably should call it fish and dips. Pretty
Fish
sure
and dips, I think, is the most common name, but there are a couple of different names that you may hear.
Very nice for Buster there.
All right, HawtBoi is going to be heading over to the same area. One thing you will notice in this run, or any SMO run, is you will see runners avoid swimming as Mario as little as possible. Mario swims dead slow.
It's really bad. There we go. We got a nice clip there from Buster. Gonna go ahead and grab this moon while out of bounds. HawtBoi also gonna be getting fish and dips Very nice from both runners. HawtBoi trying to play as consistent as he can.
Ooh,
to catch up to
HawtBoi.
BusterDoggy.
Yeah. Did he mean to
Ooh,
click
look at that
back in there?
animation. That's really neat. Right in the middle of grabbing the moon, you get to see the animation of the fish destroying the seaweed, and there's little stars that I never noticed before. It's great. You gotta love a little attention to detail.
All right, HawtBoi heading over here to this clip. This is one of the easiest clips in the game that HawtBoi is trying. If you have a setup and you give your little brother the controller, he can probably get it in 10 minutes. So
Yeah, genuinely, it's not that hard to learn, I'll be honest.
coming into Luncheon, though, we could definitely see some exciting things. Luncheon
Ooh.
is a kingdom that has a lot of tricks and a lot of fancy movement at a high level with the skewerless Luncheon route.
You know, I do really wonder, did they intentionally make the lava purple to remind people of Pepto-Bismol since it is the Luncheon Kingdom? Or did they just make it purple because? Or pink, sorry.
Okay, yeah, Buster taking 2 hits of damage there. Probably lost an input there. Luckily did not die. But yes, Pepto-Bismol is what I call this. I call it smoking hot Pepto-Bismol most commonly.
BusterDoggy with an incredibly sketchy camera setup, for me at least, but able to get Spewer skip. No
Look normal to
problem.
me.
It must just be because I'm more used to a different camera setup, but yeesh, it looked like backwards camera.
Yeah, but throughout this kingdom, you will probably see both of them do some damage boosts, weird jumps, and anything possible to get the moons needed to complete this kingdom without skewers.
HawtBoi having both runners bonking on their respective walls. There we go. That's the camera I'm used to from HawtBoi. There we go. Very nice. Luncheon is a very exciting kingdom. I love the movement here.
I am kind of a sucker
Spewerless.
for Lost and Spewerless Luncheon.
Oh,
Those two
dude.
kingdoms I just absolutely love.
Lost has really fun movement. It feels good when you get through Lost and you do it correctly. It's great. You're gonna see BusterDoggy heading on into the Forks room. Arguably one of the most fun rooms in any percent. It's unfortunate that I don't get to do it myself too often, but it is quite a treat to watch.
Forks can have very clean movement if you do it correctly. You saw him coming into the kingdom taking an intentional booster damage because that was necessary because the Potaboos or lava bubbles are not available unless you beat Spewer.
Potaboo is such a fun name. Honestly, it's great.
There are a lot of like enemy names that just exist that a lot of people don't actually use, and we just have like our own names made up for them. But Potaboos is the name that Nintendo decided to give to them.
Yes, we love it when I should get a good name W from a publisher.
Alright, you see him throwing this turnip here, making the stew. These golden turnips can be a little bit difficult to maneuver, and I think Buster did a pretty good job dealing with these turnips.
HawtBoi gonna be finishing up the Forks room as well. Both delicious turnip moons now out of the pot. Gonna be talking to the shop person real quick. Buying another moon, thankfully. Both of these runners keeping eyes, well, not necessarily, but keeping track of their coin count. Not having to think too much about it.
As long as they, get the coins where they're expecting to get them, it's not a very tight coin count usually. unless they accidentally buy a heart in one of the shops or something like that.
Buying
Okay.
a heart in the shop is a lot easier than you'd think, and that's not a good thing for something you want to avoid.
Ooh, Buster did the
Single
that
block
triple
jump.
jump there, single block.
Pro
Those
gamer
invisible
movement.
blocks are definitely not there for speedrunners. They're there for a different reason entirely, but we completely abuse them. Sorry, Nintendo. Not sorry, actually.
BusterDoggy heading out into Lava Bubble Room. Beautiful movement there. Gonna be grabbing that first one with no trouble at all. Just absolutely zooming. One more moon left for BusterDoggy. Both runners so far having a pretty great luncheon, not gonna lie. I have not seen really too many major mistakes from either of them.
Yep, no major mistakes, just a little bit of spaghetti, couple bonks, a little bit of silly movement, but nothing that isn't recoverable, no deaths.
All right, once again, BusterDoggy gonna be heading out with the lead here. BusterDoggy has been playing pretty consistently. Again, barring all the time loss from ICC, you can see he's still quite a considerable distance ahead.
Yeah, leaving Seaside Buster was 46 seconds ahead of HawtBoi. Right now, looking at the splits, BusterDoggy left luncheon at a 42.36, which is 44 seconds ahead of his PB comparison. So, not a PB run for him, but still a solid run, especially for a no reset. And no DSS.
All right, we've got BusterDoggy here heading on into the Community Kingdom, and I just want another reminder for all of y'all that we have not only the Super Mario Odyssey Pro League going on, but we also have the Super Mario 64 70-star Pro League happening this summer. I believe we should have a match or two today as well, but you can do exclamation point SMO League to see many things regarding it. This event, as well as the ability to donate. Prize pool will in fact go to the top runners. So if you want to go ahead and do that, it is there for y'all.
And if memory also serves me correct, Enemy, there is a event involving Ocarina of Time here at DCG. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, this last weekend we had basically a community clash event where everybody was competing for the top 4 times. The top 4 runners are going to be competing against each other, I believe, this weekend. So if you're a Zelda fan, I would definitely recommend subscribing and hitting that little bell so you don't miss that event.
And also feel free to join Kuhaking Discord to get any Discord notifications or notifications for our live streams and schedules. Or if you are wanting to become a runner or commentator yourself.
All right, very nice dragon fight from BusterDoggy there, just finishing him off, not, very quickly. HawtBoi on his attempt as well, another hit or two behind. It's just very interesting.
Unfortunately, Ruined is not the kingdom where you're really going to gain or lose a lot of time. Most runners consider it kind of a little bit of an auto-scroller or a break before the final gauntlet before the end of the run. It's just a kingdom that you gotta get through. You gotta go through your phases. You might lose or gain 1 second or 2, but it's really not a kingdom where you can save or really lose a run.
Yeah, that's why I like calling it the Community Kingdom. We're going to talk about all the cool community things happening here on the CCG.
Both of them had a Ruined Kingdom that you would expect. No issues. They got through the kingdom just fine. And moving on to the next.
Here we go. Time for Bowser's Kingdom. A lot, honestly, music in this kingdom, great. It slaps. It's pretty great.
It is pretty solid, and I mean, in Bowser's Kingdom 2, there are some strategies that are very cool to watch. And the bunnies can be interesting, and the shards movement as well. BusterDoggy might do some interesting shards movement, being a Joy-Con player himself.
BusterDoggy, unfortunately, missing that first initial press where you want the ogre to press. Gonna have to lose a little bit of time to that, but honestly, not too big of a deal. Not the largest amount of time lost.
Bowser's Kingdom is very linear in moving. You move from Story Moon to Story Moon, different islands, and then culminating into the Moon Kingdom. It is probably one of the most linear kingdoms in Super Mario Odyssey. Alright, now HawtBoi is also heading into Bowser's here. Let's take a look at Buster's Shards movement here.
Sketchy, great. Sorry, I'm just always concerned whenever
Oh yeah,
a runner
you'll
goes
see
to
him
the
collecting that fourth shard there with the down throw hat across
That was
the wall.
cool. I don't think I've actually seen that shard collection that way. That was really dope.
I think the first time I saw someone doing that is when Hey There was testing that movement a year or two ago on his stream, and I was watching that and I was like, wow, that looks really cool.
That looked really cool. Definitely appears to save some time as well.
Not sure how much it saves, but I know it looks cool. So, you know, swag points.
Swag points are important. You know, there was the Swagvitational a long time ago on CCG, if memory serves correctly.
I do think that's correct, yes.
Odyssey Swagvitational when? Pause check?
Oh, maybe. TM.
TM. We got HawtBoi gonna do a little more standard movement with the shards there. As we see BusterDoggy going into the Harriet fight first. I do still find it amusing that runners cannot decide which is more correct, to go for Harriet first or Spew It first. Is always seems to be some sort of argument. Topper, thank you. I don't know how Spew It got there. I haven't even seen Spew It the entire run.
True. This is true. We didn't fight him in Wooded or Luncheon on either runner.
Sometimes the mouth just kind of flows, I guess.
True. You know, it can be easy to mix up your bunnies, and
I'm gonna see a relatively pretty good topper so far from Buster. Very odd standard hit there. Also, commentator's curse. Sorry about that, Buster. Unintentional. Had a little bit of trouble on that last phase, but still overall, a very quick topper fight. And we're going to see a successful Sarbomba from both of the runners here. You love to see it.
Sarbomba is a very funny looking trick.
I love how it just sits in the air right there. It's the silliest thing, and it works. This is the part that's even better.
Yeah, the bomb just floats there. Yeah, just like casually, no problem.
It's like, yeah, I'll keep that hitbox. Doesn't matter that it's been like 10, 20 seconds.
Yeah,
all
that's
good.
fine. Alright, let's see. HawtBoi finishing up his topper, and we'll see Buster heading on to the mech fight. If done correctly, mech can be very fast and very clean. However, it can be catastrophic in some cases.
Alright, we're going to see Buster grab his Pokio, climb his way up the wall. Pokio is such a fun little capture. I love the sound effects and just the idea of a little bird that can climb up the walls like that. It's a lot of fun.
He's such a cute little bird. I love him. Yeah, for real.
Very good capture.
Yep, mech is very quick, yes. Excuse me.
There you go, BusterDoggy now onto the mech, getting a very nice first hit and second hit. Beautiful. HawtBoi having a lot less trouble grabbing that moon than Buster did. That's nice. Again, trying to take as much advantage of Buster's mistakes, which there have been
They're few and far
few.
between.
Very few. And
Solid mech from Buster.
Target acquired. And that is the end of Bowser's Kingdom for Buster. Very solid. And again, not too many mistakes.
Nope. He brought in a solid mech. That's the kind of high-level mech that you would expect to see from a runner like him. And we'll be heading on to Moon for him, and we'll switch over to HawtBoi's screen now, and we'll see what his mech happens to be.
So far, looking pretty solid. Also going to be snagging Topper acquired there. You'd love to see it. Falling off the mech is probably one of the worst things, especially... Like, honestly, no. Whether it's one player or two player, falling off the mech is awful. It is a feels bad moment.
Absolutely. Especially if you're in a no reset or a race, or if you're on a PB pace run and you fall off the mech, it's just the absolute heartbreak.
Lead changes have happened because of falling off the mech.
Oh,
It is
yes.
very costly.
I have seen it many of times. I've been an SMO commentator for a long time, and I've seen many, many lead changes due to mech.
All right, BusterDoggy going to be hopping out of Bowser's Kingdom here with a nice 53-17. Just one more kingdom to go. We're going to the moon, folks.
Buster is definitely
Suspense!
on a he could definitely get a 58 for this run.
Sub hours are such spicy times in SMO. We love
Not
to see
even
the
just a sub
hours.
hour, he could get a 58.
Delicious.
I don't want to curse him though, so I just wish him the best Moon Kingdom possible. I do not know if Buster will be attempting 2DSS or if HawtBoi will be attempting 2DSS.
All right, going to be grabbing these rocket flowers here. Very nice. HawtBoi now on his way to the moon as well. Once again, the lead becoming apparent. BusterDoggy going for one wall. Beautiful.
It was about a minute difference leaving mech between these
That's
runners.
nuts. That's nuts. Wow. Oh, hey, the personal best was updated. Cool. I don't know when that happened. I didn't notice.
It was like Cascade by the time it was a long time ago.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I've been too focused on the runs.
Might have even been in cap. It was very quick.
All right, we got a good first hit there from Buster. Very nice. You know, this Bowser is definitely another Bowser that you do not want to be missing your hits on. It's so much more costly than the Cloud Kingdom Bowser.
Well, especially because you're right near the end of a run.
Oh, we're gonna have to
HawtBoi
try
having-
again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
just a
Having
little
some
too
mooncave
close.
skip troubles.
Also attempting one wall. Oh,
Ooh,
just barely gonna make that.
You're making me a little nervous there, HawtBoi. You're just like hanging off the wall, like, ah! You know, you're just. Yeah.
Such an incredibly tiny space of wall to hang off of, too.
The one wall is definitely harder than the traditional two wall setup that was basically discovered on day one. Arguably intended by Nintendo, or at least known about.
Definitely. BusterDoggy now finishing up the Bowser fight and ready to go into the escape sequence. HawtBoi
Yeah,
just
this could
finishing
be
the first hit.
a like low to mid 58 from BusterDoggy.
Nice.
Which is a great run altogether. Looking at the BPT and the splits, though, HawtBoi could also get a sub-hour.
Oh, BusterDoggy throwing the fireball just a little early, exploding right on the wall there. Not gonna lose you too much time, but a little unfortunate.
Ooh, Buster is
Alright.
attempting 2DSS. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, so
Ooh.
close. Going for it again.
No.
And again. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, let's go!
Nice. 2DSS from BusterDoggy. Only
Nailed
took 3
it.
attempts. Not bad at all.
That is a hard trick.
You are literally jumping on incredibly thin platforms that are not only invisible, but I believe you almost have to buffer the jumps. Get those cat jams in the chat. It is time for the cat jam room, and it is time for BusterDoggy to finish up his run.
Yeah, definitely looking like a 58 for Buster. Definitely also sub-hour pace for HawtBoi. Two great runs from two great runners. Very low, or not very low, but low 58 here from Buster. Great run from him and a solid start to this SMO Pro League for him.
Heyo, HawtBoi going for 2DSS as
Oh.
well. Ooh, almost falling off, but luckily
Looks
not.
like a 58-15 for Buster, I believe, or 58-16.
Oh,
Great
no!
run.
HawtBoi accidentally destroying the blocks there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do that 2D skip. But we'll be getting the second one. GG's there from BusterDoggy with a stellar finish. And now HawtBoi getting ready to hop into the cat jam room as well. Prep that out on your keyboard. We're ready to hear those tunes.
58-16 from BusterDoggy. That is a great run. Less than a minute off PB. And anytime getting a low 58 is very well welcome, especially in a race setting and no reset.
Yeah, I gotta say, in a race setting, getting a minute off of your PB is
Less than.
stellar. Like,
Less than
it's
a
great
minute,
if you
too.
can. Yeah,
was like
less than a
45
minute, even
seconds.
better.
Like 45 seconds off his PB.
Yeah,
No
so
sub
that
hour
is-
here from HawtBoi too, so
Let's go.
less than a minute of PB for him too. And let's consider both these runners didn't do DSS either, so they both played really solid games.
Fantastic.
I am very happy with what
HawtBoi-
I've seen.
HawtBoi playing within 50 seconds of his PB, so he did honestly incredible for this race.
Excellent race, sub hour from both of them. Less than a minute off PB from both runners. We saw some great clips. Runners, if you are ready, you can unmute and we will congratulate you. Okay, I will start with Busterson, winner of this race, 58-16. You got ICC, you got 2DSS. How do you feel about your run?
I mean, overall, like, I can't complain about that. Even though I did lose like a minute in Metro and Snow and would have PB'd, so that's honestly more than I was expecting. And I think this is a pretty solid start to the league, so overall I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I would be happy too if I were in your shoes, and you know, I am excited to see what you can come for this league. You definitely shown what you can do.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, GG's to Hot. He played really good for his PB as well.
Yeah, you both been incredible. You guys are doing very good. You love to see under a minute close to your PB, like in a race setting. That always is great because it's really not that easy to do. Even if you're pretty consistent at running, races are super unpredictable. Like, you know, there's that spaghetti that happened in I think it was, which kingdom was that? Was that Luncheon?
Yeah, there was a little bit.
It was Luncheon. Yeah, there's a little. Wow, how fitting! A little bit of spaghetti happening in Luncheon Kingdom. Nice.
Do you plan on going for DSS at all in any of your races?
Most likely not. I don't really think it's worth it.
Fair enough.
I just figured I'd ask because, you know, you're going for 2 DSS, you're going for ICC, you know.
Yeah. The main
But,
thing about DSS
and triple jump weight clip. I forgot to mention that too.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
The main thing about DSS, if you miss it like twice, then you're gonna miss DSTA. So that's like the main worries. So yeah.
Totally fair. HawtBoi saying that he is unable to unmute, but excellent run by him. He was less than a minute off PB. Sub-hour run. He played an excellent game, and we really saw a great run from both these runners. Now, Anime, do we have any runs coming up after this? We do. Okay. Well, thank you, Sarah and Mew. Please stick around. Thank you so much to BusterDoggy and HawtBoi for showing off their excellent skills here. And subscribe to the Cool Cat Gang. Thank you very much and have a great day.